Hi all, welcome to Angular series. I will explain how to install Angular prerequisites, and I will also show you step-by-step procedure to install, run, deploy an Angular application. Okay, so let us start. So first, let me explain you what are the prerequisites required to start Angular development. Let me open my Nodejs command prompt. So before that, to install an Angular application, to start to work on an Angular project, we need to have Node.js. So Node.js is one of the mandatory software which is required to have to work on Angular based application. So we need to install Angular, we need to install Node.js framework. So I will give you the link in my description where to find out Node.js installation. So I have taken from Node.js Arc. This is official Node.js website where you can download Node.js framework. Okay, Node.js is platform independent. You can find runtime for Windows, Mac, and Linux. So based on your need, you can install the software. So as of now, I'm using Windows machine, so I I have already installed Windows binary related to the Node.js. So so once you install the Node.js, it is very simple setup. You just have to go to here the Node.js arc and click on any of the links download. So you can click on download link. Okay, so so the moment you click on this, it will start download the latest version of Node.js. So since I have already downloaded and installed, so I don't want to install it once again. So it will be, I'll just show you the steps how the installation works. So let me click on this MSI. See, it will open up and it will show you the wizard. Just you, it's a simple wizard. You just have to press next. Since I have already having a software in my machine, so it is giving me options to change and repair and other things. So if it is a new installation, you will find the new installation folder and it will give you the path, and you just have to select the path where you want to install Node.js. So once that is installed, that's all. So after the Node.js installation, you will find out a command prompt, that Node.js command prompt. Okay, so this Node.js command prompt comes when you install the Node.js runtime. Okay, so you can use this command prompt for running your Angular based application, or you can even use your normal command prompt. So let me open my command prompt. Even in this command prompt also my Node.js commands works. Okay, so I have used Node.js node help command. So this will give me the options available. So what are all the options available? So it will show you. So let me find out what is the node version I'm using it. See, this is the version I'm using it. To find out the version, you can use node hyphen version and it will give you the version of your Node.js. So this is the version runtime. I have it right now in my machine at this moment. This is the latest version uh, for the Node.js. Okay, so once Node.js is installed, we can start Angular installation. To start the Angular installation, you need to have CLI to be installed in your machine. So CLI is called as command line interface. So this will give you a runtime environment or command line utility for creating Angular based applications. So in Angular, we will use different types of components. To all those components, we can simply create by using Angular CLI. So to work on Angular based applications, CLI plays vital role. So to start an Angular based application, we need to have Angular CLI to be installed. So, so to install the Angular CLI, prerequisite is you need to have Node.js in your machine. So since I have already have Node.js, and I will show you the command to install Angular CLI. That is npm install -g @Angular CLI. So this is the command to install Angular CLI version. Since I have already installed, I will not install it again, but using this command you can install the Angular CLI. So I will explain what is this command all about. It is almost self-explanatory. npm is the package manager, nothing but node package manager, which will install node based modules using this package manager. So package manager installs node based modules, node based components which are built on top of Node.js. Since Angular is built on Node, so I'm using Node.js a component npm, and I'm using a command called install. Install, it will install the software, and -g, I want to install this software globally. That means throughout the system I want to have this software. It is not specific to one folder or one path. So that is the reason I have specified G. G indicates global. And Angular CLI. So this is the Angular CLI which I want to have it in my machine to work on Angular based application. So the once you click on this, it will install the Angular based software. Since I am already having it, uh, I don't need to install once again, but even if you install, yeah, it is already installed and added. So since I have already installed, it is showing here it has updated, but if you are installing first time, you will see added. Okay, so once the Angular CLI is installed, you can start work on Angular based application. So to create an Angular based application, there is a simple command. Using that command, you can create Angular based templates. Okay, so Angular based template, to create Angular based template, the command is ng new. Ng is the command. Once you install the CLI, you will get ng command. Using ng command, you can create Angular based applications. So ng new, and you need to specify the name of the application. Okay, so I want to create it in a different folder. So let me check quickly. I want to have it in my C folder, and I want to have it in this particular drive. So here I want to have it in this particular folder, Angular folder. So I don't have anything right now in this folder. So here I want to create an Angular based application. So after that, to create Angular application folder, you need to give ng new name of the application. So I will give my first Angular app. So normally when you create JavaScript based frameworks, the normal coding standard is to start with smaller case, So that's the reason I have given my name of the application is with the lowercase. Okay, so that's all. I just have to give this and hit enter. So if you observe it here, it is asking, do you want to have enforce stricter type checking and stricter bundle budgets in the workspace? This setting helps improve maintainability and catch bugs ahead of time. So it says it will give me strict type checking. If I do any mistakes or anything, it will give me a message there and then. So I no need to wait, and it will correct me. It will actually help in my development. So I will say yes, let it be. In the second option, it asks, do you want to add routing? So I will explain what is routing. So as of now, I will give routing as S. Okay, and it will give you style sheet. So it will give you the CSS information. What are the CSS different types of style sheets you want to use? So do you want to use CSS, SCSS, SAS, less, styleless? So for this particular application, as of now, I want to go with CSS. So I'll just type enter. So once I hit enter button, it will start installing all the dependencies required for my Angular application to run. Okay, so this particular thing will take a little while. So till then I will. Okay, uh, installation is done. That means my Angular application is created. So with all the options I have selected, so you can find out the application source code in this particular folder. So let me go to that folder. Okay, so the application is created. Now let me just see what are all present. So it is having several files, so I will explain one by one in my Visual Studio. So for this Angular development, I'm using Visual Studio Code as my IDE. So Visual Studio Code is from Microsoft. It is an open source editor. It is very good editor for open source application development. So you can use for Node.js development, Angular, React, or any open source development for that matter. You can use Visual Studio Code. Okay, so let me open my Visual Studio Code. So Visual Studio Code is opened. Let me select you the path. I have created, yes, I have created in this folder. Okay, so the application is created and it is showing up my folder structure. And if you see it here, I have node modules. So node modules are the dependencies which are required to run this Angular application. So I have this node dependencies in the form of node modules. So all these dependencies have been installed by my ng command. Okay, next I need to work on the source folder. If I expand the source folder, I can find out subfolders, app, assets, environments, and index.html, main.ts, polyfills, and rest all other files. Okay, and here Angular supports Karma and Jasmine for testing. So we'll see later how to do unit testing in Angular based applications. Okay, first I will go to app folder. Inside the app folder, you can find out app routing module.ts, app component.css, app component.html, app component.spec.ts, app component.ts, app.module.ts. Okay, so if you observe it here, everything ends with .ts. So ts is the extension. Ts is for TypeScript. Ts is called as TypeScript. If it is a JavaScript based application, the extension will be .js. If it is a TypeScript based application, so it will ends with .ts. So again, ts is from Microsoft. It is an open source client side technology. So TypeScript, whatever code we write in Angular, we will write in TypeScript. Even we can use JavaScript, but the JavaScript we need to do a lot of configurations and setup. So most recommended approach is TypeScript. So TypeScript is very simple. It is almost like Java or C sharp, any object oriented programming. Okay, so it is very easy to use, and we'll see one by one how TS works and what are all the things TS is having it. Okay, so let me open one of the module, important module, that is app module.ts. So if you see app module.ts, you will find all the required components are configured already. Here you can see ng module, and inside that ng module you have something called providers and bootstrap and export. Okay, this is actually a TypeScript syntax. Okay, so once we start developing applications, one by one we can see how TypeScript works and what are all the features TypeScript is having it. Okay, this is, if you see, import statement following with browser module, import statement following with ng module, and Angular core is the core module where you will find a lot of things which are required to run an Angular based application. Okay, so every module, if you are developing a module, that module has to be declared inside this ng module. So ng module is very much required component module, and which contains all the module details, component details, and so and so. So if you see under this ng module, you can find declarations and you can also find imports. So imports is meant for module registration and declaration is meant for component registration. So in Angular based applications, we follow component based architecture. Components are the building blocks of an Angular application. Okay, so I will explain what is component, what is module, and other so and so. So this is routing module. So this is, sorry, this is module, and which is also having a routing module. So routing is nothing but when you navigate from page to page, we specify a route. So if you want to navigate from one page to other page, you need to differentiate from one page to other page by using routing. So routing defines what are all the pages present in your application and how to navigate from one page to other page is defined in app routing module. So app routing module uses Angular route. So Angular route, Angular slash router, this is the module which contains route related information. So if you see, all the configuration has been done by the Angular setup itself. I have used ng command. So the ng command, ng new command has done all the required setup and module registration. But here I need to specify the routing path and other things. So we'll see once we work on route. Okay, and coming to CSS. So since I have selected CSS, so it is created app component.cs, and right now you don't see anything here, but if you want to write any styles related to your application, you can write it here in the app component.css. And HTML is normal HTML. So by default, if you see it, it has created a lot of default styles. So these are all framework defaults styles. It is all created styles. It has been created, and also it has created div, and it is also done some setup. So that's all. This is a ready-made module. So when you run this particular thing, you will see first Angular based application. So let me start my server. To run the Angular based application, you have to use ng command. Ng serve is the command. If you use ng serve, it will comes with a when you install Angular framework. So by default, it comes with a server, light server. So this is actually used for development. This is also called as development server, Angular development server. And by default, when you deploy or when you run applications in developer machine, it will be running in this particular server. So it is all compiled successfully because it comes with predefined template. So it is all compiled, and it is also showing where my website is running. So you can see site is running in this particular location. So let me copy that, and I'll just go back here. You can find out here, see the application is running, and you can see Angular website is up and running. That's all. So application is up and running. So we'll see how to configure, how to customize, and other features of Angular in the next video. Thank you. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and like and comment. Thank you.